Hello everyone, today we're going to make this card. It's just a cute little pumpkin shaped card, and this is what it looks like on the inside. It's just nice and subtle, so you can write over it. If you want, you can stamp a thank you on the bottom of it or across the wheelbarrow, but I'm leaving this one blank and I'll figure out what I want to do with it later, whether I want to leave it this way or stamp something in it. But this is what it looks like, nice and cute and a little 3D. And let's get started. To start off, you're going to use a bunch of pumpkin pie cardstock, and you're going to die cut out using the Circles Original die, I believe is what it's called. Alright, so I just die cut 3 of those from here. Okay, so taking your circle die and taking a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock, I am using a piece that is 4.5 by 11 and folded at 5.5. Alright, so you're going to take it and let's do this. Where the fold is, you're not going to go all the way up to the top, so you're just going to go ahead and leave a little gap right there, and it won't cut the whole thing out. When you're done, this is what that'll look like. Alright, so that it unfolds. Ta-da! Okay. And I didn't tell you, but I just went ahead and scored down the center and folded. You are also going to use, and I used my Cricut for this. I probably, if I had my Circle Originals die from Stampin' Up, if I had one, it would be the 3.5 inch circle, and this I did from my Cricut. So again, just using what I have, you guys use what you have or get what you want. And this will go on the inside. And this piece is a piece of Very Vanilla. This is a piece of Very Vanilla. This is cut at 7/8 by 2 3/4, and that'll be the little flag. So then you're going to use a piece of scrap Crumb Cake cardstock, and using the modern label punch, I just punched out roughly about 1 inch. It doesn't even have to be 1 inch. 3 using the 3 pieces using the Crumb Cake and the modern label punch, and that's about where I punch mine out. That's about as much of it as I want. Alright, so you'll punch out 3 of those, and then you can score them or you can just fold them whatever way you feel comfortable, and I don't know how. Okay, yeah, you can see it pretty well. So I scored from the top of this little divot down to the bottom on each side of that middle section, and I did it on all 3 of these pieces. And then you're going to give it a little bit of a fold on both of those creases, but I'm doing one at a time first. And then using some early espresso ink, I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of dimension. Doesn't take much. And you'll fold the other side, and again some more early espresso, and you're going to do that for all 3 of those pieces so that it looks like that. And those will be for your stem. Alright, so you're just going to put some adhesive on the back of each circle, and you're just going to adhere them together. And you need to make sure. Okay, so once you have it all adhered together, it'll look like that. Then you're going to take some early espresso and your sponge again. So you're just going to sponge a little bit around the edges, and you're just going to do that on all of the edges. Once you have that done, we're going to assemble the stems onto, or the stem onto the top. I just take some adhesive and run it across the top. Then just fill it up, fill the whole front surface up with adhesive. Alright, then just put those pieces together. This little beast does not want to do what I want it to do. Alright, so that's that part. Then you're going to take this piece, and using the Grateful stamp, which is this one, from the Always Thankful stamp set. We're going to stamp that image down. We're going to rock and roll it. Well, ink it up really well in the pumpkin pie and then rock and roll it in the early espresso. So, inking it up in the pumpkin pie and then rock and roll it. Let's see how it looks. Do it kind of center as best you can, center it out in that piece as well as you can. We're going to use the 1-inch square punch, and I'll try and do this on camera as well as I can, and we're just going to do the little tag. Yay! Alright. Alright. Alright, and now you're going to sponge it in alternating fashion. So I'm going to do it in the orange, or the pumpkin pie first. And you'll see what I mean in a moment by the alternating. So I'll do just a little bit. So kind of almost like a leopard print thing going on. Alright, so you're going to use some early espresso, and you're just going to do on the other sides of the pumpkin pie. This is what that should look like. A piece of early espresso baker's twine, and thread it through that hole that you punched, and then you're going to arrange it where you want it. I took a glue dot, and so I just like to keep I want to keep it in place so it doesn't tuck itself into the edge. So I just took a glue dot and positioned it where I wanted it, and the glue dot will hold it there. We're going to work on this piece. We're going to take this cute little wheelbarrow with the pumpkins from the Always Thankful stamp set and ink it up in Crumb Cake, because I always like how the Crumb Cake is really, it's a lighter and more muted color, so that if you intend to write over top of it, you know, with the right marker, you can go ahead and do that. Okay. Perfect. See, so it's nice and light, and if you want to write over it, it'll work really well to do so. Next, you're going to do the same thing that you did with the thank you, or the grateful on the outside, and you're going to do sort of the alternating pumpkin pie and early espresso across all around the circumference of it. Right, and then go back over in the empty spaces and use your early espresso. There we go. So that's how that will look. Center it out in the inside. And there you have it. I hope everyone had fun. I hope you enjoy making these on your own. And until next time, happy stamping!